Hello, Tarot Seekers. It's a while since I've done a long reading, but today is a full moon in Gemini. It is the last full moon of 2022. So I have just done some soul retrieval work with a wonderful shamanic healer called the ILLUMINIST here in South Africa. He's moving to Cape Town next year. And I'm also following, I'm doing a 23-day Advent adventure with the astrologer that I use, Jess Love from Star Design, also in Cape Town. So I will put the links down below. And so I'm going to start, it's going to be a bit of an unusual reading. I'm going to start with releasing, because it's a full moon. Full moons are all to do with releasing. So it's very much about releasing energies. We all feel that 2022 has been the most exhausting year ever. I think it's because we all came in thoroughly exhausted by the pandemic, the mental and physical and emotional toll that the COVID pandemic took on the whole world is, I think, quite immeasurable, and I think we've all underestimated how much it's taken from us. So I found personally, and everybody I speak to, we've all found 2022 an incredibly difficult year. So this releasing ceremony is particularly important because we're going to release all of that. So I'm obviously doing it personally for myself, body, mind, spirit, and higher self. I have written everything that I want to release on the back. I'm going to burn them in the Palo Santo little fire that I've built here. As they are burning away, I'm going to do a reading, and if I need, I'm going to be using the Sun and Moon Tarot, and if I need clarification, I'm going to be using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. So I'd just like to begin. Just meeting right in my bounden duty that I should at all times and in all places give thanks unto thee, O Lord, and unto the archangels and angels, saints and masters, spirit guides, ancestors, and loved ones in spirit who honor us with their presence. I thank thee, O Lord, and all the company of heaven for the multitude of blessings I have already received and the multitude of unknown blessings that are already on their way to me. I am ever grateful to thee, O Lord, for protecting me and those I love from all perils and dangers during this and all future times, and for shining the light perpetual deep within me, now and forever. In the name of the sacred three. I will start with burning and releasing all that I need to as regards my body. If you do this for yourself, take the time to just let it go and watch it burn. And as it burns, replace it with something positive. So I will keep silent for a few moments while I do that for myself. We do the same for the mind. And we keep silent while that burns. Now I will do it for what I want to release, the heavy burdens that my spirit has carried throughout 2022. I'm going to release those for myself and for my ancestral lineage, I release these burdens. And now I release them for my higher self. All that I want to release, the conscious and unconscious blockages and self-sabotaging around the highest potentials that we carry in our souls, I am going to release. And while that finishes burning, I'm going to move it off camera and start drawing the cards. I don't know if you noticed how quickly the body, spirit, and higher self little pieces of paper burnt, but the mind one didn't want to burn at all. It almost put the candle out. And that is because I unfortunately have a very I don't want to burn the camera. Let's put it over there. That's out the way. So, I have at times in previous burning ceremonies, I have had a few fire accidents. So if you do this at home, do remember, do it somewhere where you're completely safe, and make sure that you have a fireproof bowl and that you do have something close by to smother the flames should something go wrong. Not that anything will, but sometimes the energies burn a bit brighter than you realize. Right, so I'm going to use the Sun and Moon Tarot. I did shuffle it, I did pre-shuffle it. I'm just going to cut it now. And we will see. I'm just going to do a quick 3-card reading. And the underlying energy, oh, wow. How lucky am I? 6 of Wands, victory. So that means 2023 is going to be a far better year. It is going to be a year that sees all the struggles and all the things that we've been working towards coming together. And that is the victory dance. That is the underlying energy. So we're going to look at what must I leave behind. Oh, 9 of Swords. This says cruelty, which I don't agree with. I don't agree with that interpretation. To me, the 9 of Swords is all about sorrow. It is particularly sorrow for other people. It is anxiety. It is a lot of anxiety, a lot of sorrow. It is about feeling grief and pain. And this could be ancestral. I know I've been doing a lot of work clearing ancestral energies this past year, 2022. And it's been a sacred, amazing journey, but it has brought up a lot of sorrow and grief. And that is a very appropriate card, the 9 of Swords, to leave behind the sorrow and pain that does not belong to you. In my case, that is some ancestral lineage stuff that I've been carrying. What I must move towards in 2023. Interesting. The Judgment card. Very interesting. The Judgment card is all about answering the call to the higher self. If you look here, oops, let me get it in the camera. I'm out of practice with the live readings. You'll see the Judgment card is all about, I'm going to put it back down there. I think you can see it better there. There's the angel calling. That's the higher self, the angel of the higher self, calling to the different parts, the different aspects of ourselves that we must rise up. Oh, excuse me. We must rise up and answer the call of our soul and live to our destiny. And that is so appropriate because that is exactly what I've been wanting to do. I want to move towards my destiny. I'm not perhaps 100% clear of what my destiny is right at this particular moment, but I'm sure that as the after effects of the recent eclipse season go and as we move into the new year, I will become clearer on my path. But that is what I've been longing to do. And the key theme to consider is Ten of Swords. Okay, again, I'm not too aligned with this definition of the Ten of Swords, although that is one of the definitions. It could mean rune, but to me the Ten of Swords also means utter and total and sheer exhaustion. It is when there is nothing left in a person. And that is how I, and I think many other people, as we come to the end of 2022, after this really exhausting period since 2020, I think a lot of us are feeling as if we have nothing left to give. And that is how I interpret. This is the key theme for myself as I move into 2023. And perhaps this resonates with you as well. I need to really take into account the fact that before I answer the call of my higher self, I'm totally exhausted from carrying all the pain and the suffering and the heartache and the grief and the sorrow that belongs to others, including ancestors. And I need to allow my soul to rest before I can actually begin this new exciting journey of answering and living up to my destiny. So I must be honest, I was a little bit nervous what cards were going to come out, but I had the herderite resting on it for over an hour. Herderite is a beautiful stone for connecting with the higher self. And here I've got lapis lazuli, which is also a great stone, and the little crystal ankh. So let's get a little bit of clarity. I did pre-shuffle this deck, the Psychic Tarot deck. So I'm just going to split it and draw it, and we'll see what comes up. It'll be interesting to see what cards show up now. So underneath it all, accelerated motion. Interesting. I do get the feeling that as we move into 2023, everything that we've been working on, where we've been feeling stuck, where we've been feeling that we work so hard and we never move forward, and we work and we work and we work and we work and nothing seems to happen. I do feel that once we start heading into the March, April 2023 eclipse season, I think things are just going to start happening. So it's interesting that that card came up. So let's have a look. What must I leave behind? New beginnings. How does that tie in with the Nine of Swords? Okay, I see this. So the Nine of Swords is I must let go all the sorrow and the grief and the anxiety and the nightmares and the stress and anxiety that I'm absorbing from other people. And I need to have my own new beginnings. Interesting. So let's put those two cards together. And what I must move towards, let's see what comes up there. Spiritual strength. You know, you can't make up what the cards bring up. So this is answering my higher self, the call of my higher self, answering the destiny, answering what our higher self wants us to do. And I really need to, I think what this card is telling me about spiritual strength, it is that I must start trusting in my own inner strength, in my own spiritual wisdom, and what I have to offer on this spiritual journey. And the key theme to consider with the Sun and Moon Tarot, it was that I'm actually physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually exhausted, as are, I think, most people. So what clarification can we get there? So these new beginnings that I must begin with, the new beginnings that are going to arise out of the sorrow and the grief that I'm leaving behind as I answer my call and develop my spiritual strength. Prosperity begins. I'm going to start a new, abundant life. What a wonderful reading. Especially as this is a reading of releasing and letting go and clearing out and making space for what is to come. Because, of course, as we release all our fears and anxieties, we open ourselves up for abundance. And isn't it interesting that I have this beautiful buffalo carving? He has been sitting, hiding away for years in a place that I hardly see, and I suddenly decided to start bringing him out. So let me move these cards where you can have a good look at them. And this was a very nice releasing ceremony for me. And I'm just going to do a silent closing prayer for a couple of seconds while you look at the cards and see how they resonate with you. So much love and so much strength and blessings, and may 2023 open many new doors and bring in new beginnings, spiritual strength, and much prosperity and abundance. So much love.